Subscribe to this YouTube channel and please enjoy watching this video. Here we go. When on May 18, Tyson Fury and Oleksandr Usyk finally contest the undisputed heavyweight title, there will be one observer perhaps less surprised by whatever unfolds than anyone else in the world. The cruiserweight Jordan Thompson, from Manchester, has worked as a sparring partner for both, and as a consequence not only repeatedly shared the ring with two of the finest fighters of the modern era, but repeatedly watched them both train. The heavy-handed Thompson, 30, challenged Jai Opetaia for the IBF cruiserweight title in only his 16th fight. He risked fighting the vastly more experienced champion partly because of his swift progress as a professional, which he recognizes owes so much to time spent around Fury and Usyk in Las Vegas, the UK, and Kiev. "I got a phone call about sparring Usyk, and I didn't even think twice," he told TalkSport. "I said, yep, no problem, it's an experience of a lifetime. I was on my own, I didn't really think about that on my way there. I was staying bang in the middle of Kiev, the sparring, going into the middle of nowhere, in the countryside, they had 3 little huts, proper secluded, a real mysterious place. The first spar, we had gone into a little backroom. The ring was tiny. This is going to be fun. The first time I went in for 2 rounds with him. This was for the Murat Gassiev fight in 2018. I'm doing my thing, being myself and trying not to get a pasting. I got in some really good rounds with him. He had about 4 of us there, in and out, a light heavyweight, cruiserweight, heavyweight, super heavyweight, so he was getting the rounds in. He would do 3 rounds with the light heavyweight, 3 rounds with me, then he'd do 3 rounds with the heavyweight, and then he'd do 3 rounds with the super heavyweight, and then it got on to 4 rounds each. But then the super heavyweight, he was actually doing 5-minute rounds with him at one point. Usyk, then 31, traveled to Moscow, even in the years before Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Tensions between the two countries were sufficiently high that the environment would have been beyond hostile, and proceeded to produce the punch-perfect performance that brought him a wide unanimous decision and one of his finest hours. "He's a phenomenal boxer," Thompson continued. "Phenomenal athlete, he definitely lives the life and he goes about his business very seriously. I'm there shadowboxing, warming up with my bands, and that, he's just stood there juggling balls, and then he's been doing breathing exercises and stuff like that. What he puts on his social media is pretty much how he goes about his business. He's a bit of a joker, but, as soon as he gets in the ring he switches on, and he's not someone to be played with. Composure, whether it was mental, physical, he was a very, very composed individual, and just very intelligent. He knew what I was doing way before I was doing it. A very, very calculated, smart boxer. He's all about the hit and not get hit, doesn't really engage in any unnecessary dust-ups, his footwork for a guy that size is special. He's a special fighter." If Thompson's time around Usyk gave him insights into one of the world's most admired fighters, by sparring Fury ahead of his 2 victories over Deontay Wilder, the first fight between them was scored a draw, he perhaps learned even more about one of the most revered of all heavyweights while he remained in his prime. "He's a special man," Thompson explained. "If you're in the camp, he treats you like one of his own. He takes you in. He really did a lot for me as an individual, and as a boxer. We had some good conversations, he gave me some really good advice, he really goes over and above." Las Vegas was the first camp for the second Wilder fight. Then we sparred, one little camp, when he was supposed to be fighting Ajit Cabale, and then the 3rd fight with Wilder. We spent a lot of time up there as well, we were there for about 4 or 5 weeks in Morecambe. He made sure we had a car in Vegas, he put us up in a real nice spot. When we were in Morecambe, he gave us his own car to drive around in. Not the Ferrari, unfortunately. He was always checking in, he was always making sure we had enough money for food. He would hang around and give us advice, speak to us about the sparring. He'd even let us train with the coaches. To move the way he does, his reactions, his hand speed at that size, his foot speed, it is second to none. That's why people speak about him and Usyk. They've got a lot of similarities. The ring IQ, they're very smart, very relaxed, very composed, their footwork, they're primarily hit and not get hit. Fury and Usyk were first scheduled to fight on December 23, until the 35-year-old Fury's disappointing performance and victory over Francis Ngannou forced one postponement until February 17, and the cut he suffered in sparring forced another, until May. "Fury can get you to do what he wants you to do, it's pretty special," said Thompson, who after an operation on his hands expects to return to the ring later in the summer. "There's a method to everything, and again, he's very, very adaptable. With Usyk, we have always seen that he's a phenomenal tactician and technical boxer. But with Fury, whatever is put in front of him, he'll adapt to it, and he'll come up with something to get the win." Let us know your thoughts down in the comments section below, and please don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel for all your latest in the world of sport. We sign out. Peace.